Greg Kading and the LAPD reinvestigated Biggie's murder, and his investigation led him to Poochie, Wardell Fouse. Did you ever have much interaction with Poochie?
Poochie was a hustler. Poochie, good dude. I've been knowing it since, I was a youngster.
Yeah.
Like I say, we was sellers in the county jail. Poochie wasn't no joke, little short little nigga. Poochie wasn't no joke, man. But the extremes to whatever people come to, you can't always, speak on it in general like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, I don't even want to do, I could say some shit, but I don't want to. But Poochie was straight, though. Poochie was straight. He was a good dude.
What was he like? Do you have any stories about hanging out with him?
Poochie was quiet.
Right.
Poochie was in the cut. Don't get him mad, though. He the type of nigga ain't gonna say shit. Just woo woo. Figure it out. You already know. You know what I'm saying? You can't run up on everybody with all that noise, man. Everybody know certain people's reputations around there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's known to have some squabbles. So you gotta get a motherfucker that ain't never won, ain't no fights, ain't won a fight, ain't finna fight. Yeah, they gonna shoot at everything going. But yeah, Poochie, he'll get down with you. He'll get down with you.
He did his first drive-by.
He'll get down with you. He tries to, yeah.
I saw he did his first drive-by shooting when he was 13, and his stepdad drove the car.
I don't know, but shit.
Stepdad went to jail for it.
Hey, man, that gangbang shit crazy, man. It's some cold little. We all got them stories, man.
It's interesting because the Southside Crips, after Tupac was killed, they went and told everybody that they did it. Whole neighborhood knew. Compton, it was like worst kept secret in Compton that Southside had shot Tupac. But when Biggie gets killed, it's like silence. Like nobody said anything. There's no informants coming forward with credible information for years until Suge's baby mama tells Kading that she kind of acted as the middle person to set that up with Poochie, and so that's kind of, the Poochie's kind of the leading theory now. But it's interesting, just completely different way that the two murders were handled, it feels like, in the way one was kept very quiet and the other one was bragged about.
Pac was already on the news, movies. Everybody had a heart for Pac. Biggie was he had some good music. That was it. So it was more of a great tragedy to the world to lose Pac because of all the things he represented.
Right. He was multidimensional.
Multidimensional.
Yeah.
And sincere and loyal. You know what I'm saying? Biggie never even got to, people never even got to see how Biggie really was. What type of person he could have been. He seemed like he was a big jolly dude.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, he wasn't spitting, he wasn't talking to the news cameras about all this stuff,
right.
with literacy and accuracy, he just talk about partying and we Pac getting down into it.
So did you
for years.
So did you hear though that when Biggie and Puff come back to LA, February I think is when they came out. So it's only been a few months since Tupac was shot. It's been 4 or 5 months. They're already out in LA. Is there any thoughts back then about Big goes on the radio and raps Long Kiss Goodnight 1 week before he's shot. People perceived that as a diss. Was there people talking about, like, what are these guys doing out here?
Yeah. But it was a distance between the West and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody really trying to be close to Biggie because Pac had everybody, man, he had everybody on his side.
Yeah.
Everybody was on Pac's side, man. So it was a lot of people out here was saying, fuck Biggie. It was enough for him to go gold or whatever on them records. but because of Tupac, it was a gang of people out here. They didn't give a fuck about Biggie. So yeah, when that happened, it wasn't no great tragedy to people out here like when Pac passed away.
Right. Afterwards, was there any chatter about like, oh, I heard this, or I heard this maybe happened, or this was what happened after Biggie was shot? Was there any?
Well, this is normal shit.
Yeah.
You go through so many shootings. I've been shot at so many times. The homies.
So was that Biggie just kind of another shooting, basically, in a sense?
No, because the older, at first when it first happened, it wasn't nothing because we wasn't over Tupac shit yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But once it got like 2 years old, then it seemed like it started soaking in with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody started back going about, yeah, boo, shit, Biggie had some time, because you know what I'm saying? I like this music.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he was no bad guy, and I don't think he had nothing to do with nothing.
That's a question I have for you. Why, if Biggie's killed in revenge for Tupac, why him? Why not Puffy, or why not Keefy in Orlando? Mm-hmm. Why is Biggie the guy? Do you think the mentality was let's?
Because Pac was gone, and he came out here like it was his. Well, that's how people could, perceive it. Because he shouldn't have came back out here. He shouldn't have. Damn sure shouldn't have been talking about who shot you. So ain't no telling who that pissed off. Because there was some diehards out there for Pac. So it ain't no telling, man. To be honest, it ain't no telling. Because anybody capable of that would happen, how it happened, where it happened, and the whole nine. That ain't nothing hell of a major. But who it happened to was major though. So that make it a situation. But we see that shit all the time.
The witnesses claimed that the Biggie shooter was dressed like Nation of Islam. Would a Piru have worn a disguise to throw off tracks, or?
Man, anybody would, you know that, dog. You know what I'm saying? I will say,
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna be honest. It could have been anybody. Anybody, man.
Yeah.
That's like when Martin Luther King got gunned down. Malcolm X got gunned down, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, JFK, it's easier to make a list of people who didn't want to kill him
than
it is people that did.
Yeah, you never know. You know what sounds good because it all leads back to Suge.
Right.
So whatever story you can connect to him, it's gonna make money.
Sure.
That shit ain't true though.
Yeah.
That shit ain't true.
You don't think
he shouldn't be in there? But that shouldn't happen to Kerry Carter.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't even be in there, man.
Right. Do you remember when Poochie was killed?
Yeah.
It was like 03, I think.
Yeah, I think he was on his motorcycle.
That's right. Yeah, he got shot like 10 times in the back.
That's when you start hearing. It seemed like after Suge and them got shot at in the car, everybody started getting shot in their cars while they was driving and shit. It was about 6 or 7 shootings like that, and all of them got killed.
Wow.
Snake from over there, Fruit Town, he got gunned down on the freeway, and his name was coming up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And Poochie got, that shit happened to Poochie. And then, the other people we already spoke on.
Yeah, Chin Walker got shot sitting next to Poochie.
Heroin.
Yep.
Hen Dog.
Yep.
Big J.
Buntry. Yep.
And did not one of them start a beef with somebody. They was just a casualty of war. They wasn't into it with nobody. They was guilty by association because this is who they fuck with. But we all homies. You see, a lot of the G homies had life at that time. A lot of them was gone. They all home now, and they on the pavement. They trying to get shit back right. But we don't want to lose no more. We done lost enough. Nico, we lost little Nico, little nephew. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make no sense. None. That was the hardest one. I ain't been to a funeral since, homie. Little Nico.
What was that story?
Nigga can't take a fucking fade. You know how many times I had to fight 5 or 6 motherfuckers? You can't even take a little one-on-one? You gotta go and get a pistol and shoot a nigga represent the same thing as you, play in the same box as you? Crazy, man. Little Nico, man. Scar, even Scar.
I was going to ask you about that. So Eric Daniel, a.k.a. Scar.
Well, even that was my homie. I fuck with Scar. I fuck with his whole family. Scar, Gangsta Sam, Poochie, they sisters, Garfield, and I knew they mama. Me and Gangsta Sam was cool first. You know what I'm saying? I met Scar, he was like 16. You know what I'm saying? The homies turned me on to him. They take me over there. I think dude took me over there, and you know, we did some regular old hood street shit we got going. We take care of business. Whoop whoop. We gonna do this. I do this. Whoop. Whoa. Fucking with Scar. Scar wouldn't handle business. Came back. Here you go, big homie. Whoop whoop. Here you go. Whoop whoop. And I always went to him. And he started seeing me. I moved into duplex. He started seeing me, and we would chop it up. You know, I got the low riders in the shop and all that. He the one that rolled with me all the time. He already in the car. And then he used to sneak up on me, you know, he'd be like, hey, everybody be hanging out. He'd be like, hey, blood, can you take me over to Parlay's house? Come on. As soon as I see him get nice little bud, he'll look at me. I'd be like, come on, homie. You already know, huh? He'd be laughing and shit. You know, take you over to Parlay's house.
So was there eventually a falling out with him?
Not with me. I turned Scar into an out-of-town lick. They hit. They want to take me. I didn't want to go.
So then, I guess there's a claim out there that Scar might have had some connection to Buntry's murder. I'd never heard that anywhere else, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why people wondered if you knew him and how you felt.
It's like,
yeah.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. But this is what you guys, man, well, I can't even go into that. It's just a lot of shit I can't say, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could, huh?
No, I get it.
But I can't. I
get
can't.
it.
But I'm gonna try to leave you with a little something. It's just that, you know, everybody got who they fuck with. You know what I'm saying? It might be these three homies over here, that's who they, might be five over here. We all homies, but this who we mainly, you know what I'm saying? Like how me and Bunchy was, you know what I'm saying? Or me and Timmy Rue. Me and Timmy Rue used to hang real tough. Me and Hen Dog used to hang real tough. You know what I'm saying? Me and Lee Foy used to hang real tough. Me and CJ used to hang tough. I got homies that I used to hang with, Tim Robson. You know what I'm saying? But it might be some shit with him and him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you kind of be around the motherfucker that done did something, everybody know, you know, now they gonna affiliate you, you know what I'm saying, with what happened. And you ain't had to do shit. Gangbanging, man, and hood shit is a motherfucker, huh? That shit ain't no joke. That shit worse than the United States politics. It's worse, harder, and way more complicated. Way more complicated, this hood shit, man.